Welcome back to another gear review. Gear, yeah, is it a gear? It is the McNally map. Rand McNally. I have actually been here. This is Glacier National Park. I stood right around here, maybe even on that very rock. I don't know. But I used to go there a lot. We lived up there. So, why a map, right? And who uses maps anymore? We got Google Maps, we got Apple Maps, we got all these different maps. Why a physical map? Let me tell you why you need this. For one, you even see the Walmart price on there, $11.97. This is 2019 edition. I have the 2021 edition. I don't even know if they came out with 2022 yet. But I keep this in every one of my vehicles. For 12 bucks, I mean, you'd be crazy not to. And the reason why is I've traveled through all these states, Nebraska, Kansas, South Dakota, North Dakota, where you lose cell phone service. Now, if you're on the East Coast, you're less likely to do that. But I still think that there's a place for everybody to have a map in their vehicle. My wife loves maps. She hates the GPS. And one of the reasons why is because she was on a road trip with her and my daughter, and she didn't have a map, and her GPS lost, and her GPS took her on this back road, and she was in the middle of nowhere, and she didn't know where she was. So first thing she did is when she found a gas station, is she bought a map. You can find these maps typically in the auto section of Walmart. Other stores have them as well. This is just where I typically get mine. And there's Walmarts everywhere, as we know. What is the point of having a map? Now, you're going to say, that's not a big deal. My grandparents have maps. My grandpa has maps. Of course they do, right? Because they understand the functionality. So many people don't, however. And the reason why you need one, there's some really cool features on here. One, the biggest one, is what happens if your cell phone dies, right? What happens if your charger, what happens if the fuse that supports your charging port on your car pops and you can't charge your phone and you're in the middle of nowhere and your phone dies. I mean, they sound like, okay, that has to be a lot of things that go wrong, but they do every day, all the time. I know because they've happened to me on more than one occasion and to other people I know. And for $12, it doesn't make any sense not to have one. Especially you could put this oftentimes in cars where there's a cover that covers your spare tire. You can slide this in oftentimes. And if your phone dies, you go back there, pop it open, grab it. You can put it underneath your seat oftentimes. This needs to be in every vehicle. And Rand McNally's probably excited, like, yes, we agree. Everybody needs one of our maps. But let's look at some of the functions of the map. One, it can give you distances without sitting there having to type it in. It gives you distances from city to city. There are some really cool tricks on these maps. On larger states like California, New York, things like that, major metropolitan areas, it gives you another map within a map that zones in. Like for instance, here in Arkansas, it gives you a map of Little Rock, a zoomed in focus. Okay, this is what Little Rock looks like. And same with California, major cities, San Jose, Chula Vista, San Diego. It gives you these viewed in scopes of highway systems, national parks, different distances and things like that. So another reason why I like maps is for one of the things that Rand McNally does awesome is they utilize the entire page to give you information. For instance, on the borders here, it gives you the nickname, for instance, Colorado nickname, the Centennial State, capital Denver, population 5 million, largest city Denver, land area gives you that, highest point, Mount Elbert, 14,433. So it gives you some highlights to that. And instead of sitting there Googling. On the other side here, it gives you, this is really awesome, on the other border, it gives you the tourism information phone number. It gives you road conditions and construction phone number, and it gives you toll road information phone number. So within this map, it is giving you so much information. Also on the back of the map, it gives you miles and minutes from different major points within the U.S. from city to city, state to state, and you can break that down. It has a glossary in the back where you can look up in alphabetical order the name of a city, and you can find the page number and also the grid number. So the way maps work, typically, the Rand McNally, is it has a grid system. So you look up on a city, for instance, here on the top page, and it'll give you something, and it'll give you the corresponding letter and number. So for instance, 2C, and you correspond that, and you get a grid, and you can work off of that grid. I love Rand McNally maps for $12. And like I said, I put them in every one of my vehicles, and it's super important that you have one because the power might go out. Your car might die. You might be on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere because you have car trouble, and your battery might die, your phone might die. And it sounds crazy, but it happens. It happens every day to all kinds of people, and you need a map. Okay? So there's not much to this. It's a pretty simple review. I like the maps. I like this specific map. I also like that if you had to, you could rip a page out. I mean, it's only $12. It's not like it's the end of the world if you lose $12, right? That's a couple Starbucks drinks. So it's a great thing. And these they update them every year. And I typically buy one every year. And the older vehicles, the vehicles I drive less and less, I put the older ones in there, and so on and so forth, in consequential numbers and dates. So leave your comments in below what you think about this gear review of a map. Do you carry a map in your car? Do you see the functionality of it? Give me some pros and cons to it. Let's create a conversation in regards to that. Hit the like, share this video with people on Facebook, all social media. We really appreciate that. Hit the bell notification. We're trying to grow this channel. We really appreciate your support. We'll talk to you later.